Good morning to everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning to all. In the previous turn of GIS Laboratory, we have started the JavaScript, how to embed JavaScript code in HTML, and we have done some of the basics over there. We have done with the discussion of variable, okay, partially. So variable is what? Variable, like if you want to hold certain value, in that case we use variable. So it is very much like the variables that we have studied in mathematics. Here also we are using the variables in order to hold the values, and that value can be anything. So we will come to the variable types today. But before to that one, in the previous turn, we have seen the naming convention also. So for the naming convention, first rule is about the using case in variables. Second one is using allowed characters. Third one, avoiding reserved words. Fourth one, using giving variable meaningful name. The first thing which says that using variables, using case in variables, it means that it is case sensitive. JavaScript, KML, all these things are case sensitive. Previously, HTML was not case sensitive, it was insensitive towards case. But here, it matters what you are writing in uppercase, what you are writing in lowercase. So that's why it is case sensitive. And whatever capitalization we are using in variable declaration, make sure to follow the same in throughout the JavaScript code. As given in the first line, first point, paycheck is written in 3 to 4 different ways. So these are not the same variable, although the spelling is same, but the case is different in all 4 paychecks. Therefore, they are not a single variable, but 4 different variables. Whenever you do the coding, usually by convention, what we do, we use lowercase. If it is a single word, then we use a lowercase. And if it is two word, like my car, so my underscore car, like this way. You cannot place a space. Yes, remember that thing. Space is not allowed in variable. What are allowed characters in variable? All the numbers, all the digits, and underscore. In the special characters, only underscore is allowed. So from A to Z, 0 to 9, and underscore. This is what allowed. A variable can start, it can begin with underscore, it can begin with any of the alphabet, but it cannot start with a digit. Okay. And we cannot place any space in variable name. Reserved words are those words whose functionality is already decided, it is already declared. Therefore, we avoid using keywords. So there is a list of keywords which are given over here. We avoid to use these keywords in variable names. Then giving variable meaningful name. This is important because when we do the coding, especially in the industry, the length of the code is very long, and it is not necessary that whoever is doing the coding is the same person who is doing the testing, who is doing the maintenance. There might be 3 different fellows who are doing these tasks. It is necessary for the code clarity, for the code understandability, that we use a meaningful name rather than using ABCD, XYZ, and your own name. We give variable a meaningful name. Whatever is represented by that variable, according to that one, we give the name of a variable. Like earlier, you have learned that variables are code clarifiers. Whatever you are using the name of a variable, it will automatically show what is the meaning of that variable, or what value is put inside that variable. So these are some of the naming conventions. In today's turn, we have to start with the variable type. So in JavaScript, the variable values or types can include number, string, boolean, null. So unlike stricter programming languages, JavaScript does not force to declare the type of variable when we define it. Okay. Like if you use Java, C, C++, you need to write down int, float, double, str, char, whatever is the variable type, we have to declare that thing. In case of JavaScript, there is no need. Like you have done the variable declaration, you have used the variable in the previous turn. At nowhere you have defined its type. How you have declared the variable? By using the var keyword only. var and then name of that variable. Okay. But in a strict programming language like C, Java, C++, you have to declare the variable type. Here we do not need to do that one. But what are the different variable types? First one is number. So JavaScript does not require number to be declared as integer, floating number, decimal point number, or any other type. We can define a number variable by using the var keyword. So as it is given in the example, var paycheck 1200, var phone bill 29.9, var saving equal to null, var spare time minus 24.5. Means you can give an integer value, decimal value, zero value, negative value, whatever you want. All these four examples are given over here. We do not need to say anything regarding the data type, just write down its value. For a long number, JavaScript has exponential notation. To denote the exponent, we use a letter E right after the base number and before the exponent. For example, to create a variable named big number and assign it a value of 4.52 into 10 raised to the power 5, which means 4,52,000. So you can write it down like this way by using the exponent over here. Next thing is a string. Strings are variables that represent a string of text. So the string may contain letters, words, space, numbers, symbols, or anything. JavaScript strings are case sensitive, just like the variable name, they are case sensitive. This may not seem important now, but it matters when we need to compare the string for a match. Strings are defined in a slightly different way than numbers using this format, where variable name equal to inside the double quotes, there is a string text over there. Okay. You can see that the string is defined inside a double quotes. See, these are the different example. The first box in the green color is showing the correct string. The red color box is showing incorrect strings. So see, the first one, my car is equal to inside the double quotes Corvette. Second, where old car equal to. So this one is a complete string, big brown station wagon. Next one, where my computer Pentium 3 500 means they are using letters, alphabets, digits, special character, everything is used over here. Similarly, old computer 386 SX and so on. Then gibberish, what, question mark, cool, I am at home for now. Cool, right? So this, again, they are using all type of things, letters, digits, special character, everything is used inside the string. Now, coming to the red box part. If you see the very first one, my car equal to red Corvette. What is the problem over here? Whenever we declare a string, it is declared inside a double quote. Its value is given inside a double quotes. But here you can see it is starting with a double quotes, but it is closing in a single quote. Similarly, second one, single quote, double quote. Next, unclosed double quotes. So if you do anything like that, there will be an error. The string value need to be given properly inside a double quotes. Whatever value you are writing inside the double quote, it doesn't matter. But it should start with double quotes and end with a double quotes. Next thing is Boolean. A Boolean is one with a value of true or false. Like John codes equal to true, John is cool equal to false. These terms true and false, they are already reserved words and their values means their meaning is already declared. So the words true and false do not need to be enclosed in a double quotes. This is because they are reserved words which JavaScript recognizes as Boolean values. Instead of using the words true and false, JavaScript also allowed to use number 1 for true and number 0 for false as shown in this example. John codes equal to 1, it means true. John is cool equal to 0 means false. Null. Null means variable has no value. Can you explain by using any of the example, can you explain what is the difference between 0 and null? Any example?
Ma'am, null can, sorry, zero is a constant value which will uh, always be zero, means it cannot have any value other than zero, and null uh, is a kind of value in which void can be created with this. Means, ma'am, if nothing is present for that particular variable, then null is provided.
Next. Like suppose if against any of the student in the mark sheet the value 0 is written and the value null is written, there is a difference. 0 means that a student has appeared in the examination but doesn't score any marks. He has scored 0 in the examination. But suppose that student is absent. So if somebody is absent, then it means that person has not appeared in the examination. So none of the marks could be allotted to that one. You cannot give 0 because he hasn't appeared in the examination. So in that case, null value is used. Means if there is an absence of value, we need to denote it by something. So that's why this concept of null came. 0 does not means null. Null means absence. 0 means that there is a certain value for that one. So null means that the variable has no value. If you need to define a variable with a value of null, use declaration like variable name equal to null. Like Boolean variables, we do not need to enclose this value in quotation marks as we do this with as we do with string values, because JavaScript recognizes null as a keyword with a predefined value. Null variables are useful when we test for input in scripts. Writing a JavaScript page, so you already know about it. Defining a variable, we can use like this way. Okay, we can use the HTML code inside the JavaScript also. Like inside the double quotes, you can see H1, a page of JavaScript. Okay, so in this case, what will happen? This will format this content, a page of JavaScript according to the H1 tag. Then see how the anchor tag is used over here. href equal to, and since double quotes is used over here, so see they are first placing this slash, then double quotes, then similarly slash double quotes this way. Okay, so this is how we can use HTML over here. Then document.write, you have already know about that one. Document.write, you have written down a string with the help of document.write by using the double quotes. Similarly, you have done the printing of variable also by using the document.write. So if you write it down document.write, inside the parenthesis, the variable name is given heading text. So what will happen? Heading text means with H1 formatting, a page of JavaScript will get displayed. Okay, so this is how the output will come over here like this. Okay, now the next thing is about the function, but before learning about the function, sorry, but before learning about the function, you first need to do this exercise. Yeah, no, this no. You need to do. You need to add function for this one. So first I'm covering the function and then you will do that one. Okay, so now we are moving to function and they are very useful uh, thing in JavaScript. You will frequently use this function. So what is function? Like suppose if you need to do some task repeatedly. So instead of writing that code every time, what we do, we used to call a function. Okay. So when we call a function, then it will perform a particular set of tasks by using whatever is written over there. First, I'm going to the theory and then I will explain it with the help of an example. Its purpose is to perform a single task or a series of tasks. What a function does depends on what code we place inside it. For instance, a function might write a line of text to the browser or calculate a numeric value and return that value to the main script. Functions help to organize the various parts of a script into different tasks that must be accomplished. By using one function for writing text and another for making a calculation, we make it easier for ourselves and others to see the purpose of each section of the script and thus debug it more easily. Reusability is an important feature of functions. They can be used more than once within a script to perform their task. Rather than rewriting the entire block of code, we can simply call the function again. Like suppose I want to calculate a division. Okay, what is the division? What is the percentage? For this one, suppose I have 10 students. So what I will do, I will create a function that with the name of division, with the name of a percentage. And whenever I need to calculate anything like that, I will simply call that function instead of writing that function repeatedly. Okay. So that's why we use functions. Functions are used to perform a certain set of tasks. How we create a function, it is given over here. Declaring function, defining the code for function, naming function, adding parameters to functions, adding return statement to functions. One by one. First one is declaring function. How we declare a function? We declare a function by using a keyword called function. Earlier, you have done the declaration of the variable. How you have done that one? By using a keyword var. Here, a keyword function is used. So you will use keyword function. Thereafter, you will write down the name of the function and thereafter you will place a parenthesis. Okay. So the example is given over here. To name function really cool and indicate that it does not use any parameter, the first line looks like this: function really cool. Okay. Inside the parenthesis, we pass the parameters. Okay. Thereafter, whatever function code you want to give, thereafter you will write curly braces. So curly bracket surrounding the code inside the function. The opening curly bracket marks the beginning of the function's code. Then comes the code. And finally, the closing curly bracket marks the end of the function. The browser will execute all the code inside the curly brackets when the function is called. So this is how we write a function. Function, really cool, then parenthesis. Thereafter, we place a curly bracket and whatever JavaScript you want to place inside the function, that code will be placed and it will be enclosed by the curly brackets. Curly bracket can be placed in the next line, even after that one, like this way or like this way. So usually we go for the middle one. Function really cool, parenthesis, curly braces. Thereafter, the JavaScript code is placed over here and then closing curly braces. Naming convention or the detail is just same as that of the variable. As with the variable, the function need to be named carefully to avoid problem with script. The basic rule that applied to variable apply to the naming of functions also, like case sensitivity, using allowed character, avoiding reserved keywords, giving function memorable and meaningful name. After that, the next thing is parameter. What is parameter? Like suppose I'm saying that we can call a function of division. Okay. If somebody want to calculate the division, what is required? We need marks, total marks obtained. That is what required in the division section. If we want to calculate the percentage again, we need total marks obtained. So this value need to be passed, and only after that we can compute what is the division, what is the percentage. So whatever value is required inside the function that need to be passed to a function, it is known as the parameter. Okay, so parameter are needed and they are declared, and where they are given, see at the declaration part. Function name, inside the parenthesis, variable 1, variable 2. This is how we place the parameters. Okay, so parameters are used to allow a function to import one or more values from somewhere outside the function. Parameters are set on the first line of the function inside the set of parentheses in this format. Any value brought in as a parameter becomes a variable within the function using the name we give it inside the parenthesis. Next thing is return statement. Every function ends with a return statement. Okay, and you can simply place a return, or whatever value you want to get returned from the function, they come as the return statement. So a return statement is used to be sure that a function returns a specific value to the main script to be used in the main script. We place the return statement as the last line of the function before the closing curly bracket and end it with a semicolon. Most often the value returned in the value of is the value of a variable using the following format. See, this is the example. Function get added text. So first line is declaring a function. So for this purpose, function keyword is used. Whatever name of the function you want to give, you need to give that one. Then we place a parenthesis. If we need to pass any of the value, we will list a parameters over here. Otherwise, we will place an empty parenthesis. We don't place any semicolon over here. Okay. So after that, we simply place a curly bracket, and within the curly bracket, all the JavaScript code is placed. And the last line is a return statement. Whatever value you want to return, you can return it. So it can be either some variable, it can be a string, it can be some numeric value, Boolean value, null value, or even nothing like this. But the return statement need to be placed at the end. Okay. Calling a function. So a call to a function in JavaScript is simply the function name along with the set of parentheses with or without parameters between the opening and closing parentheses, ending with a semicolon like this. We can call functions anywhere in our script. We can even call a function inside of another function. A good rule is to follow is to have the function definition come before the function call in the script. The easiest way to be sure that function definition comes before function call is to place all the function definition as close to the beginning of the script as possible. Defining a function before calling it is a suggestion for good coding practice, not a strict rule. Okay. Let's do some exercise over here. See how we declare a function. Like suppose I want to make a function. See? Okay. Simple, not marks. Suppose okay, I'm creating a function named percentage, and what percentage will do? Whatever marks I am getting as a parameter over here, suppose marks, suppose it is coming from 500. And then I will return this variable. So this is how we declare a function, define a function, and then what I will do, I will call this function. I need to call a function. Otherwise, function will not get executed. If you are making any of the function, it will not work unless and until you make a call. How will you call a function? By placing the function name, and inside the parenthesis, we need to pass some value for the parameter. And then suppose then I will do document dot my percentage is okay. I'm just saving it. How do we save it? We will name the code, like suppose percentage dot JS, JavaScript extension. Okay, save. And inside our HTML file, we need to give its name like this. Okay, so let's see what will happen. Yes. So my percentage is 90. So this function part is clear to everyone? And
Yes, ma'am.
okay. If there is no question from your end, in that case, carry out this exercise. Create HTML page that call the external JavaScript file fun.js. Create a JavaScript file with the file name fun.js. Add the following in this file. Create a function car underscore cost that takes two parameters, my car and paycheck. Create window.alert command that will display an alert with the following message. You have whatever variable for my car and make this much payment. Create a function get added text that return the value of two strings added together inside the function. The two string to add are these two separate strings. In the main script, call the car cost function and send it to the values of Mustang and 1500 as parameter. In the main script, assign the result of the get added text to a variable named an alert underscore text, create an alert that pop up with the value of that variable. Okay. So you have 10 minutes time, perform this exercise. So is it done by everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Only first one.
Okay. Yes, rest of the students. Yes, Alok.
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I'll wait for 5 more minutes. Okay, so how many of you are not able to carry out this one? Okay, so all of you are not able to do this function.
यस मैम। मैम रिटर्न पार्ट नहीं हो पा रहा है, कैसे रिटर्न करवाएंगे वैल्यू?
रिटर्न लिखिए और वेरिएबल नेम लिख दीजिए, हो जाएगा आपका। Yes. Rahul Dev. Rahul Dev.
Yeah, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Actually, it's my first class and I'm not able to grab all of it. So,
Rahul, as far as I know that you have left the program.
uh, no, ma'am, I'm back actually.
Okay, so you are in the program, is it?
Ji, ma'am. Sorry.
As I know that you have withdrawn from your this admission, you have taken back your admission.
No, ma'am, I'm back. I'm back actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Ji.
Yes, Sunil, what's the problem?
मैम फंक्शन ये लिख रहे हैं मैम।
Yes, Sunil, what is the problem? क्या दिक्कत हो रही है आपको?
मैम इसमें आगे कैसे करना है सेकंड पेज जैसे इसमें हम डैप जीएस वाले में मैम थोड़ा सा हुआ है मैम।
ओके, बाकी स्टूडेंट्स को भी मुझे लग रहा है प्रॉब्लम आ रही है। It
मैम
seems
एक्चुअली समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि किस टाइप से बनाना है, मींस कि कौन सा वेरिएबल यूज करना है। यहाँ पे जैसे मैम फर्स्ट लाइन है, फर्स्ट है क्रिएट अ फंक्शन नेम्ड कार कॉस्ट, ये समझ में आया कि दो पैरामीटर्स लेने हैं, माई कार एंड पे चेक। देन इट इज सेइंग दैट वी हैव टू क्रिएट विंडो अलर्ट with this and this my car variable and paycheck variable. Ma'am, when we have not created as a variable, then how a window alert will be generated?
solution देखें। First, create a function name car underscore cost with two variable my car and paycheck. So I have created the function car cost with a variable my car and paycheck. Okay. Then create window.alert command that will display an alert with the following message. You have this and make this. So what you will do, you will add window.alert. Okay. What they are saying, you have a, okay, double quotes plus what is the variable name, my car, plus and make dollar So this is what given in the first point, okay? They are saying that we need to make a function with the name car cost. So I have created a function with the name of car cost. There is a need of two parameters, my car and paycheck. I have created two parameter, my car and paycheck. Saying that we need to make a window dot alert. So I am writing window dot alert over here. What is given over here inside the window dot alert, what we need to write down, we need to write down that you have a my car, whatever is the name of my car variable, and then and make dollar this much payment. So this is how I have created this window dot alert. You have a my car and make this much payment. And thereafter we will make a return statement. Since we are not returning any value, therefore simple return is given over here at line number 3. Is there any confusion in these 3 lines of code? किसी को कोई दिक्कत पहली दूसरी तीसरी लाइन में?
Ma'am, why are we adding return here? There is no use of this.
Because it is mandatory to give a return statement. Whenever we are writing a function, it is necessary to end it with a return statement. So that's why we are placing a return, because it will return the control back to the main state. That's why we are writing the return keyword over here. And since we are not returning any value, if we need to return any value, then that will be given over there. Since we are not returning any value, that's why just return word is given. Okay, so you have to write down the return.
But ma'am, without this there is no error.
Yeah, it will get executed. And that's why we say that a JavaScript is a lenient language. Even if you make some typographical mistake, it will work out. If you do the same mistake, suppose if you are writing any script in KML and if you make some small mistake over there, nothing will get executed at that place. But yes, at this place, like if you don't even write down the written statement, even then the function will get executed, but it will not be correct code. Although it will give you the correct output, but the code will not be correct one. Any other doubt?
Ma'am, at paycheck variable, why we are not closing the quote?
No, we are not placing any quote. Whenever we are using a variable is placed outside the quotes. Okay, the string, only the string is placed inside the quotes. And when you want to include the variable value, if you want to append the variable, you use this plus symbol. Okay, you have a double quotes plus my car plus and then other things. So inside the double quotes only a string is given. The variable is placed outside the double quotes. So you can see the closing is like this much inside the double quotes and this much inside the double quotes.
Okay.
Any other doubt? Okay, so I'm coming to the second point. Create a function name get added text. Okay, I am creating a function that return the value of two string added together inside the function. Okay. Okay, so what they are saying that we need to take two variables in the get added text function. What I will do, I will declare a variable string1 and string2. Okay, str1 str2 This is my first JavaScript function. Okay. Then what they are saying, that return the value of two strings added together inside the function. Now we need to add two strings together. So I need one more variable, add string. So add underscore str will be equal to str1 plus str2. Now what they are saying, these two are added like this, string 1, then there is a need of a space, then string 2. So I need to insert a space between string 1 and string 2. Why? Because it is given in the question. So how will I insert a string, a space between these two strings? Anyone? इसमें क्या ऐसा चीज लिखा जाए कि दोनों स्ट्रिंग के बीच में एक गैप, एक स्पेस आ जाए?
मैम
Space
अगर
given by
डबल
the
कोटेशन के
method double
पहले
quotes.
Okay, wait. Yes. One by one.
Space
Yes,
with the double quotes.
okay. Yes. Somebody else was also saying something.
yes ma'am, the same thing, that double quotes after the space.
So it will be written like this. And there will be a space inside the double quotes. Okay. And then return and underscore cr. Okay. Then third point, in the main script, call the car function and send it the values Mustang and 1500 as parameter. So how we will make a call? As you know, we need to write down the function name, which is car underscore cost. And thereafter we need to send Mustang as a string. Okay, car name as a string. So whenever you send a string, write it down in a double quotes. And then 1500 as a numeric value, and then semicolon. In the main part, assign the result of the get added text function to a variable name alert underscore text. Okay. तो यहाँ ये क्या कह रहा है, alert underscore text में एक वेरिएबल हमें डिक्लेयर करना पड़ेगा alert underscore text, और यहाँ से हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, गेट एडेड फंक्शन की वैल्यू को इस पे असाइन कराना पड़ेगा. यही कहा जा रहा है. कैसे कॉल कराएंगे, ऐसे. ठीक. उसके बाद क्या कह रहे हैं, क्रिएट एन अलर्ट दैट पॉप्स अप विद द वैल्यू ऑफ दैट वेरिएबल. सो क्या करेंगे, विंडो डॉट अलर्ट, ब्रैकेट में क्या लिखेंगे, विंडो डॉट अलर्ट के पैरेंथेसिस में क्या लिखा जाएगा,
Alert text.
यस, इट विल बी alert text.
Ma'am, when we call a function of car cost at the 14th line with a string and the integer, if it will goes to the function definition where we are calling, where we are asking the window to alert as you have a my car as a string and make a dollar of 1500, but this is of integer type now, ma'am. Here we are concatenating both string and integer.
No, what we are concatenating at line number 2 is two variables. Whether they are integer, whether they are numeric, whether they are Boolean, whether they are null, nothing is mentioned over there. Okay.
Means string concatenation in other languages, it takes some difficulty for concatenating different types of data types. Then here, is it possible to add any type of data types?
It is merely a pen.
Concatenation.
And later on, when you will see, we will come to that one, that what you are saying, that if you are adding a string and a numeric value, it will get converted into string. Is it?
Yes, ma'am. We have to use some string tag to convert the integer to string when we want to append that to a string variable.
Yeah, the same thing will happen over here also. No, nothing else is need to be written down. If we add up a string and a numeric value, it will automatically get converted into that one. So nothing else is needed in JavaScript.
Okay.
So now you can see in the output also, this page says you have a Mustang and make $1,500 payment. Okay. Hello all, this is my first JavaScript function. Okay. Is it clear to all? सबको समझ में आ गया ये कैसे किया गया है? Yes. अभी भी कोई डाउट है किसी को तो पूछ लीजिए. अगर डाउट नहीं है तो 5 मिनट्स का टाइम और दे रहे हैं, इसको क्विकली कंप्लीट करिए अपने एंड पर इस एक्सरसाइज को, जिससे हम लोग नेक्स्ट टॉपिक पर मूव करें. एक्सरसाइज का सोल्यूशन आप लोग ने देख लिया है, इसको अपने एंड पर 5 मिनट्स में क्विकली कंप्लीट करिए. Now I'm moving to the next section, which is these JavaScript operators. All of you must have done that function part. Okay. So what are the operators that are used in JavaScript? So an operator is a symbol or word in JavaScript that performs some sort of calculation, comparison, or assignment on one or more values. JavaScript uses several different types of operators: mathematical operators, assignment operator, comparison operator, and logical operator. Coming to them one by one. First one is the mathematical operator. So for a mathematical calculation, we use mathematical operator. The value that we use can be any sort of value we like. For instance, we could use two variables, two numbers, or a variable and a number. You can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, increment, decrement, unary, negation. So first four symbol, there is no problem. In first four operator, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division is done. Modulus operator means, like suppose, like 5 divided by 2. Okay, so if you take the modulus of this one, what will be the result? It will be the 1. Whatever is coming as the remainder, it will be the answer of modulus. Okay. Increment and decrement, double plus, double minus. It means it is a shorthand for plus 1 and minus 1. So this is how we use increment and decrement operator. There is nothing to tell about the addition operator. The addition operator is used to add two number in mathematical calculation, and we can combine two strings by using addition operator. As you can see over here, 4 plus 7, addition of two number in the first one. Come to the second one, num1 equal to 4, sum equal to num1 plus 7, means variable plus number addition. Third one, num1, num2, and sum equal to num1 plus num2, means addition of two variables. In all these three variations, the answer will be always 11. In whatever way you do the addition, the output will be 11. Next one, type conversion in addition calculation. Like number one is num1 equal to 4.73, which is a decimal value. Num2 is a 7, which is an integer value. So output num1 plus num2 will give you 11.73. So two variables are added and JavaScript show the answer with decimal places. What will be the answer of next one? 4, num1 equal to 4, num2 equal to 7, sum equal to num1 plus num2. Yes, what will be the answer of this one?
Four, 7.
Okay. Anyone else? What will be the answer of the second one?
Ma'am, 7 will be printed as it is, but 4, ma'am, I think it will not run properly, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yes, ma'am. 4747. Exactly.
What is the heading of this slide? Type conversion. Okay. So what we have learned from the first example, that num2 was 7, which is an integer value. Num1 is the float value because it is carrying a decimal part. When an integer and a float get added together, what is the output? Float. So there is an automatic type conversion. Second case is an interesting one. Why? Because there is an integer and there is a string. Why I am saying it is a string? Because it is placed inside quotes. 7 is placed inside quotes. Therefore, it is not a numeric value right now. It became string value. Now, when you try to add an integer and a string together, what will be the output? Let's see the answer. It will be 4 and 7. It means it is not 47, it is 4 and 7. Why? Because 4 got converted into string. And now there is a simple append operation that is going on. Got it? Whenever we are adding a number with a string, it will get converted into a string. So right now it is not 47. It is two numbers that are appended together. अगल बगल दो नंबर को रख दिया गया है. क्यों रख दिया गया है? क्योंकि यहाँ पर ये ऑपरेशन num1 प्लस num2 का हुआ. तो num1 का क्या वैल्यू था? 4, जो कि एक इंटीजर था. इंटीजर किस में कन्वर्ट हो गया? स्ट्रिंग में कन्वर्ट हो गया. और num2 तो स्ट्रिंग ऑलरेडी था, तो उसकी 7 वैल्यू 4 एंड 7 यहाँ पर इस तरीके से प्लेस किया गया. तो ये ध्यान रखिए, यहाँ ऑटोमेटिक टाइप कन्वर्जन, जो इससे पहले एक क्वेश्चन भी रेज हुआ था जब मस्टैंग एंड 1500 वैल्यू पास हुई थी कि ये कैसे होगा. तो ध्यान रखिए कि यहाँ पर जब भी आप इस तरीके के एडिशन को कराने की कोशिश करेंगे तो ऑटोमेटिक टाइप कन्वर्जन है, इंटीजर फ्लोट में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. और इंटीजर या फ्लोट कुछ भी हो, अगर उसको स्ट्रिंग के साथ में ऐड कराएंगे तो अगेन ऑटोमेटिक टाइप कन्वर्जन हो जाएगा स्ट्रिंग पर. Subtraction. Subtraction is used to subtract the value on its right side from the value on its left side, as in mathematics. Examples are given over here. So, two numbers are subtracted, then two variables are subtracted. There is no difference among them. Similarly, multiplication, division. Yeah, one thing is we need to be careful that we do not divide a number by 0. If we do, the result is going to be either infinity or undefined. Okay, like in this particular example, num1 is 10, num2 is 0. So when we are doing a division of 10 by 0 in the third line and printing the output in the fourth line, what we are getting? We are getting infinity. Okay, why we are getting infinity? Because we are trying to divide a number by 0. So when this type of thing occurs, it is undefined or infinity in the output. So make sure don't do this type of thing that results in division by 0. Modulus, already discussed. Yeah, increment operator. We will use these increment operator later on also when we learn about the loops. So it increases the value, double plus increases the value by 1, just like adding 1 to the value. The increment operator can be used on either side of the value on which it operates. The actual result depends on whether the operator is used before or after the value it works on, called the operand. This operator is often used with variables and often within loops. Example, see, increment operator before the operand. Okay. See this one. Or first we will go through this one. When the increment operator is placed before the operand, it increases the value of the operand by 1, and then the result of the statement is executed, like num1 equal to 2, result equal to plus plus num1. In this case, the variable num1 begins with the value of 2. However, when the code assigns the value to the variable, the result, it increments the value of num1 before the assignment takes place. The increment occurs first because the increment operator is in front of the operand. So the value of num1 is sent to 3, that is 2 plus 1, and then assigned to the variable the result, which gets a value of 3. Second variation, okay, see, in the first one, plus plus num1. In second one, it is num1 plus plus, increment operator after the operand. Num1 begins with the value of 2. On the next line, the increment operator is used after the operand. This means the code assigns the current value of num1 to the variable the result, and after that is done, it increments the value of num1. So only after this assignment is complete do we have a new value of num1. The variable, the result is given a value of 2, and then num1 is changed to 3. If we use num1 after this, it will have a value of 3. Okay. So based upon this discussion, what will be the output of this code? See this code carefully, how the operator is placed, and tell me what will be the output by first alert and the second alert.
Ma'am, 2 3 and 2 2.
Anyone else?
Same, ma'am. 2 3 and 2 2.
Okay. Yes, anyone else?
Ma'am, first one is will be 2 3, and ma'am, second one will be the 3 3 3.
Okay. Any other variation? First result is 3 3. Second result is 3 2. Any question on this one? Yes, any doubt on this result?
Ma'am, in the alert line where num1 is a variable, we are
In the
print-
first or the second? First alert or the second alert?
First one, ma'am. Num1 equals to we are giving variable as num1, ma'am. It is taking assigned value 2 or modified value.
What is the current value of num1?
2.
At this line, when we are going to the alert, what will be the value of num1?
3.
Okay. So what they are doing in this code, the variable num1 is placed. The current value of num1, as we are stating, it is 3.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why it is coming 3. Okay. Yes. Any other question? Okay. Next one is decrement operator. Decrement operator works in the same way as the increment operator, but it subtracts 1 from the operand rather than adding 1 to it. So it is just like -1. So as with increment operator, its placement before or after the operand is important. Next thing is assignment operator, although there are so many variations that are given on the screen right now. But in general, we go for a single equal to, okay? Single equal to means assign the value on the right hand side of the operator to a variable. So you all have used this assignment operator. Then add and assign plus equal to adds the value on the right hand side of the operand to the variable on the left hand side, and then assigns the new value to the variable. Means like suppose there is num1. Okay, so num1 equal to num1 plus 3. The shorthand for this whole statement is num1 plus equal to 3. Okay, so num1 plus equal to 3 means num1 equal to num1 plus 3. Similarly for the subtraction, multiplication, division and modulus. Okay. Then comparison operator. Yes, this is important to remember the difference between the single equal to and double equal to. Single equal to means assignment. Double equal to means comparison. Okay, if you are placing a double equal to, because we are going to use this double equal to in the conditional statements later on. So double equal to basically means that we are going to compare both the things which are on the left hand side and right hand side. So by using is equal to, double equal to, a comparison is made. Is not equal to returns true if the values on both the sides are not equal to each other. Is greater than, it returns true if the value on the left hand side of the operator is greater than the value on the right hand side. Is less than, returns true if the value on the left side of the operator is less than the value on the right side. Is greater than or equal to, returns true if the value on the left side of the operator is greater than or equal to the value on the right side. Is less than or equal to, returns true if the value on the left side of the operator is less than or equal to the value on the right side. Triple equal to means strict equal to, returns true if the value on both sides are equal as well as the type. Strict not equal to returns true if the value on the both sides are not equal and also not of the same type. So let's see the example of all these things. See it by yourself, and if you have any confusion, then you can ask. The different examples of is equal to is given over here, and why they are output is true and why it is false. The reason is also stated over here. So first one, 2 and 4, both the 4 are equal to, that's why true. Then 4 plus 2, 6, 3 plus 3, 6, true. String comparison, both the strings are same, therefore true. Again, both the strings are same, true. 4 equal to 5, no, it is not equal to, that's why false. 4 plus 3, 7, 2 plus 2, 4, again they are not equal, that's why false. Both the strings are not equal to, why? Because M is capital over here and M is small over here. Capitalization is not same in both the strings, that's why false value is coming. Last one. Space, there is no space in first one, my socks, there is no space. In the second one, there is a space after my. So that's why false value is returned. Okay. Any doubt in this one? Okay then. Next one is about not equal to. 4 not equal to 3. Yes, it is true. Capital cool and cool with capital C and L with small c and L. Yes, both are not equal. So that's why true. 4 not equal to 4. No, both are equal. So that's why it is false. Again, both the strings are same. So they are not equal to, it's a false one. Okay. Next one, greater than. 5 is greater than 2, true. 0 is greater than -2, true. Small a is greater than capital A, true. And see the reason. Lowercase letter in string are greater than uppercase letter in strings. So remember this thing. Small alphabets are greater than the capital one. Then capital A is greater than 1. Again, it is true. See the reason. Letters in string are greater than strings in numbers. So what you can say? You can say this thing. Small a to z is greater than capital A to capital Z, and they are greater than 0 to 9. Okay. So remember this thing. Small a to small z is greater than capital A to capital Z, which is further greater than 0 to 9. So this is what in case of string. In string, this is the sequence. So 5 is greater than 7, false. -1 is greater than 0, again false. Capital Q is greater than small q. So I have just shown you that all these lower case are greater than the upper case. So that's why it is false. 3 is greater than b, again it is false. 2 is greater than 2, no, both are equal. So they are false. Again, see the less than by yourself. Two is less than 10, true. Capital A is less than small a, again true. 10 is less than 2, false. Small a is less than a, capital A, again false. 10 is equal to 10, so it is false. Greater than equal to, see this one. Next, see this one. किसी में कोई डाउट हो तो पूछ लीजिएगा.
Ma'am, A is greater than B. Both are in uppercase. Then it's true or false.
It is true. Capital A because greater than equal to. So this condition is getting satisfied because of
No,
equal
no,
to.
no. If there is a B on, if there is a B on the right side, like we counted B as big number or small number.
No, it will be false. Okay. If A is smaller than or equal to capital B, okay, then it will be false because small b, capital B is smaller than capital A. So if it will be B instead of A, then it will be false. Okay, then. Next thing is logical operators. So there are 3 logical operators, and with the help of these, we will use all of them in the conditional statement. Okay. So the 3 logical operators allow us to compare 2 conditional statements to see if one or both of the statement is true and to proceed accordingly. The logical operators can be useful if we want to check more than one condition at a time and use the results. Like the comparison operator, the logical operators return either true or false depending on the values on either side of the operator. Okay. So this is how you will use in a table, and the symbol is used double ampersand or double parallel lines, not single exclamation sign. Okay. So as all of you know, if you use AND operator, it returns true if the statements on both sides of the operator are true, or return true if statement on either side of the operator is true, not returns true if statement to the right side of the operator is true. Okay, So this is how the logical operators are used. See the examples over here. Any doubt in this table? Yes, Praveen.
Yes, ma'am.
Why the second last is false? Second last statement is false.
Ma'am, 2 is not greater than 7.
Second last, this one.
Second last.
हाँ.
मैम क्योंकि वो बिकॉज मतलब बी इक्वल टू जो है मैम बी जो क्योंकि नॉट इक्वल है बी बी के बराबर होना चाहिए था.
नहीं, कैसे बताइए? इस वाले में क्या दिक्कत है? ए बी क्यू वाले में
मैम वेरिएबल के हिसाब से तो सही है बट क्या ना मैम ऐसा कहीं स्पेसिफिकेशन है नहीं कि मैम बी जो है कि मतलब क्यू के बराबर नहीं हो.
अरे आपने सुना नहीं क्या उसको अभी जो बताया? स्मॉल ए से ये वाला भी लाइन लिखी ना, इसको देखा नहीं लगता आपने? क्यों? यहाँ पर लिखा है ना ये ए टू जेड जो है वो बड़ा है कैपिटल ए से लेकर कैपिटल जेड तक, और वो बड़ा है 0 to 9 तक में. सीक्वेंस लिख तो दिया है यहाँ पर, तो ऑब्वियसली बी क्यू के बराबर नहीं है. ठीक है, समझ नहीं आया करे तो पूछा करिए. बी क्यू के बराबर नहीं है, ये ट्रू है, लेकिन ए और ए के तो बराबर हैं आपस में.
यस मैम.
यहाँ नॉट इक्वल टू लगा है, जो कह रहा है कि ए स्मॉल ए के बराबर नहीं है, जो कि फॉल्स है. इसमें सेकंड वाली कंडीशन ट्रू है, बी क्यू के बराबर नहीं है. ये लिखा है ना, बी इज नॉट इक्वल टू क्यू, जो कि सही है, लेकिन ए इज नॉट इक्वल टू ए, ये फॉल्स है. ठीक है, तो ये फॉल्स है, एक ट्रू है, एक फॉल्स हो गया, तो ऑब्वियसली पूरा का पूरा स्टेटमेंट फॉल्स पे इवैल्यूएट होगा. इसी तरीके से ये वाला है, थर्ड वाला है, ए नॉट इक्वल टू ए, मतलब सॉरी, ए लेस देन इक्वल टू ए. तो इक्वल टू होने के कारण ए के बराबर है, ए इज इक्वल टू ए, सो दैट्स व्हाई फर्स्ट कंडीशन इज ट्रू. दूसरे कंडीशन पे आइए, सी नॉट इक्वल टू डी, तो ये सी इज नॉट इक्वल टू नहीं बराबर होता है, ये ट्रू हो गया. तो दोनों ट्रू होने के कारण रिटर्न ट्रू हो गया. यहाँ पे ट्रू क्यों रिटर्न हुआ? क्योंकि यहाँ पर ग्रेटर देन लेस देन इक्वल टू का ये मार्क बना हुआ था. यहाँ पर नीचे से दूसरे वाले पर सेकंड लास्ट वाले में क्या है, लेस देन इक्वल टू या ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू का नाम बना करके नॉट इक्वल टू का सिंबल यूज हुआ है दोनों के बीच में, इस कारण से वो फॉल्स हो रहा है.
यस मैम, क्लियर.
आगे देखिए सब लोग. रुचि, रुचि,
Yes, ma'am.
सारे ऑल 5 ये सारे पांचों स्टेटमेंट के एक्सप्लेनेशन दीजिए, क्यों ट्रू होंगे, क्यों फॉल्स होंगे।
Yes, ma'am. मैम 2 इक्वल्स टू 2, मैम इसमें लेफ्ट वाला ट्रू है क्योंकि इक्वल्स टू 2 उसमें जब और ऑपरेटर लगाते हैं तो राइट वाला रॉन्ग होता है मैम, इस वजह से पहला वाला ट्रू है।
एक मिनट रुको, पहला फिर से अपना, इससे पहले आपने जो बोला वो बोलो। राइट वाला रॉन्ग होता है मतलब?
मैम इसमें पहले और ऑपरेटर इसलिए लग रहा है क्योंकि मैम लेफ्ट साइड में 2 इक्वल्स टू 2 पैरेलल 3 इज लेस ग्रेटर देन 5, जो कि ग्रेटर देन 5 है मैम, ये गलत है, इसलिए ये ट्रू है मैम।
अच्छा, दूसरा बताओ। रुचि,
यस मैम। यस
बताइए।
मैम बोथ साइड मतलब रॉन्ग है मैम।
तो बोथ साइड रॉन्ग है तो ट्रू कैसे रिटर्न हो जा रहा है? बोथ साइड अगर फॉल्स होगा तो ट्रू रिटर्न वैल्यू कैसे हो रही है?
मैम बोथ साइड ट्रू है मैम, जैसे कि 5 इज ग्रेटर देन 17,
ये ट्रू
रॉन्ग
है?
है मैम, ये रॉन्ग है, एंड 4 इज नॉट इक्वल्स टू 9, ये राइट है मैम।
तो
तो इस दोनों में से अगर मैम कोई एक भी ट्रू होगा तो मैम वो ट्रू ले लेगा।
अच्छा, अगला बताइए।
3 इक्वल्स टू 3 मैम, ये ट्रू है, एंड 7 इज लेस देन, ये भी ट्रू है मैम, बोथ ट्रू हैं तो ये ट्रू हो जाएंगे।
ठीक,
एंड
अगला।
4 इज लेस देन 3 एंड 2 बोथ फॉल्स है मैम, ये तो ये फॉल्स ले लेंगे। एंड 3 इज नॉट इक्वल्स टू 3, ये फॉल्स है मैम, एंड 4 इज ग्रेटर देन और इक्वल्स टू 8, ये ट्रू, ये भी फॉल्स है मैम, तो दोनों फॉल्स ले लेंगे।
तो आपने नीचे के बाद में तो आप सही बताने लगे, लेकिन शुरुआत में आपने गलत बताया। पहला
मैम
वाला फिर से
एक्सप्लेन नहीं
बताइए।
कर
पहला वाला फिर से बताइए।
मैम, ट्रू इक्वल्स टू 2, तो ये सही है, एंड 3 इज ग्रेटर देन 5, ये फॉल्स है, तो मैम दोनों में से एक ट्रू एक फॉल्स है, तो ट्रू वाला लेके मैम इसको ट्रू ले लेंगे।
ठीक, तो जब भी और ऑपरेटर लगता है तो एक भी अगर ट्रू होता है तो उसको ट्रू लिया जाता है। फर्स्ट वाले में दोनों सही है, 2 इज इक्वल टू 2, हाँ ये ट्रू है। ऑल्दो 3 इज ग्रेटर देन 5, ये फॉल्स है। तो फर्स्ट वाला ट्रू और फॉल्स अगर करते हैं तो ट्रू आता है, तो बेसिक है, तो इसी कारण से ट्रू आ रहा है। सेकेंड वाले में 5 इज ग्रेटर देन 17, फॉल्स है। 5 17 से छोटा होता है तो यहाँ फॉल्स है, लेकिन 4 नॉट इक्वल टू 9, ये ट्रू है। 4 9 के बराबर नहीं होता, ये ट्रू है, दैट्स वाई फॉल्स और ट्रू, सो फॉल्स सॉरी ट्रू रिटर्न होगा। बाकी के एक्सप्लेनेशन सही दिए गए। चलिए नेक्स्ट, शिवम। शिवम, यस शिवम।
He's not here, I think.
Yes, Shivam, are you here or not?
Yes, ma'am.
कहाँ चले जा रहे हैं अभी बीच
Hello.
बीच में? बताइए आंसर इसका।
Hello.
शिवम,
Yes, ma'am.
आंसर बताइए इनका।
मैम पहला वाला मैम फॉल्स है क्योंकि मैम 3 इज इक्वल टू 3, बट मैम नोट ऑपरेटर लग रहा है मैम इसमें स्टार्टिंग में, तो मैम ये फॉल्स है मैम।
ओके, अगले वाले में।
हाँ मैम ये ट्रू है क्योंकि 2 इज ग्रेटर देन 5 है, तो ये फॉल्स है मैम, तो मैम ट्रू हो गया।
यस, सो फॉल्स को आप नॉट करेंगे तो ट्रू हो जाएगा और ट्रू को नॉट करेंगे तो फॉल्स हो जाएगा, रिवर्स हो जाता है वैल्यू। इस कारण से यहाँ पर ट्रू पर वैल्यू जब कंडीशन ट्रू इवैल्यूएट हो और उसको नॉट करेंगे तो फॉल्स होगा। सिमिलरली कंडीशन अगर फॉल्स इवैल्यूएट हो रही है और उसको नॉट करेंगे तो ट्रू हो जाएगा। नेक्स्ट थिंग इज कंडीशनल स्टेटमेंट एंड लूप्स. Yeah, this one is interesting part, and we will cover this topic in the next laboratory session. Okay. Today, an HTML assignment has been given to all of you. The due date of the submission is 17th of February. So make sure all of you submit that assignment by the due date. Okay. 17th of February is the due date. Submit your assignment by 17th of February. The HTML exercise. Okay. So, any doubt regarding the today's session?
मैम जो एक्सरसाइज वाला एक बार आंसर था एक बार दिखा दीजिए मैम, मेरा वो पूरा रिटर्न नहीं कर रहा है रिजल्ट, एक बार आप दिखा देंगे।
ओके, तो अभी तो चेक ही हम करेंगे सबका। चलिए, और कोई डाउट किसी का?
मैम
यस,
मैम जो असाइनमेंट है मैम उसमें कोड लगाना है कि मैम कैसे मैम, क्योंकि मैम वो तो जो इमेज लगाया तो हट जाएगा।
आपको अपने कोड में पहले एक्सरसाइज वाला पेज लगाना है, फिर HTML कोड का पेज लगाना है, फिर उसका जो आउटपुट है उसका स्नैपशॉट लगाना है। ठीक है, एक्सरसाइज का जो क्वेश्चन है उसको लगाइए, एक्सरसाइज का जो कोड आपने लिखा है उस कोड को PDF में कन्वर्ट करके उसको लगाइए एंड उसका स्नैपशॉट लेकर के लगाइए। उस पूरे का एक सिंगल PDF फाइल बनेगा, अलग अलग नहीं बनेगी। एक सिंगल PDF फाइल बनेगी जिसमें ऑल 5 एक्सरसाइजेस, उनके कोड, उनके रिजल्ट्स के स्नैपशॉट, ये सब लग करके एक PDF फाइल आप सब लोग उसमें असाइनमेंट में सबमिट करेंगे। सब लोग ध्यान रखिएगा, कॉपी पेस्ट मत करिएगा कोई भी काम, क्योंकि कोडिंग में कॉपी पेस्ट तुरंत पता लग जाता है। ठीक, तो किसी और का असाइनमेंट लेकर के अगर कोई और सबमिट करता है तो जो सबमिट कर रहा है वो तो अपने ना काम करने का कोई उसको इतना नुकसान नहीं है, लेकिन जिसने एक्चुअल में एग्जीक्यूट किया, जिसने अपना कोड लिखा और उसने दूसरे को बांटा, उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया क्लास में, ये उस व्यक्ति का लॉस होगा। तो मेक श्योर आप अपना कोड किसी के साथ शेयर ना करें और ना किसी दूसरे का कोड लिख करके लगाएं, क्योंकि इस केस में मार्क्स दोनों को ही हम डिटेक्ट करेंगे। चलिए, स्क्रीन शेयर करिए 1 by 1 और अपने एक्सरसाइज दिखाइए। यस, आलोक।
यस मैम।